I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. It's Monday's live stream. We're going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. I was just on Tommy's live stream, and he had visual problems. He wasn't able to get his camera working. Mr. Wolf, are you able to see me okay? Tommy was having difficulty with all right, looks like everybody can see me okay. All right, good. There's some issues with YouTube, but I guess it's going to be okay. Mr. Wolf, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for getting a bus pass. I can't tell you how beautiful that bus looks beside you. Sporting my Chili Mama Bird shirt. Uncle Volkow, good to see you, man. Dizzy Dragon, Aaron Giorno, good to see you, dude. Tim D, how are you? Buddy, good to see you. Marvel, good to see you. Emmanuel Pinheiro, good to see you. Hi, Static. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. Dizzy Dragon. All right, guys. So we're just going to hang out for a little bit. I'm not going to do live streams every night. It's just too much. It's not too much on me, but it's too much. It's just too much of me. I want to saturate you guys. It's just too much. So we're just going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Charlie Mullins. Guys, continued prayer for Charlie's mom, please. And positive everything. Vibes, good feelings. Do what you got to do. But really, she needs them. Tim D, the join subscription, you go to it can only be done, I think, from your laptop or a tablet. You go to the bottom and you'll see a tab that says join. For just so you know, right now, Chad Matthews, good to see you. People on the bus, there are 17 videos that they have access to that are exclusive for them. That they'll tell you, it's some pretty unusual stuff. There's some preps, some aftermaths, which are stuff that I've never done. And I'm kind of telling, everybody asks me why. I'm telling my story, kind of how I got to who I am. And it's not, it's not family rated. It's not more suited for the bus. Papa Chulo just got on the bus. How cool is that? Zenwin, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Ari for Maverick, good to see you. Brandon Guile, thank you. Love the content. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you saying that. Crazy Cat, good to see you. Bobby, thank you for joining us. A little orange tincture to start the day. Or to end the day, actually. So next week, is it next week? Either next week or the week after, I have the last of the filming for this project I'm in. One is in Iowa. One of the shoots is in Iowa. And the last one is in Los Angeles. Which is interesting because I avoid California as much as I can. Not because of the people there, but because of the 405. You guys ever sit on the 405? I'd rather have thumb screws, bamboo splints shoved under my fingernails than have to sit on the 405. It's a nightmare. That tincture is great. Real 412. Shout out Chase the Heat. Thanks for being here, man. Bizzle 636. Thank you so much for being here, man. Good to see you. Hope you're all burning today. We are. It's Reefer Maverick. There you go. Bizzle, I know you're from Kentucky. Watchman, good to see you. Thank you, Charlie. You're a good dude. Rich Newton, man. Good to see you, bro. Rich Newton from Point Blank Pepper Company. One of the best pepper rings you guys will ever have, man. Please check out Point Blank Pepper Company. I'm proud of Rich Newton. Rich and I have a great friendship that goes way back. A lot of years. Metal Music Maniac. Good to see you. It's time to create the world's hottest peanut butter cookie challenge. Ooh. You know, I did the hottest peanut butter and jelly. I did took a tube of terra peanuts, crushed it up, put it in a peanut butter sandwich, and used the hottest jam in the world. Made a peanut butter sandwich. That was pretty good. Yeah, Chad, the 405, it truly is a nightmare. Honestly, dizzy. It's night. Can I tell you the truth? I don't know if I ever told the story. I almost, Chase Eat Hot Sauce is located here in Charlotte. My business partner is David Foy. I almost had a different person approach me to do a sauce deal. He was in California. And I swear to you, I love the guy. I still do. Great guy. Great sauce maker. But I couldn't, the idea of having to go there a couple times a year, 3 or 4 times a year and sit on the 405, I just couldn't do it. Couldn't. Josh Adler, good to see you, man. Any plans to come back to New England anytime soon? Maybe New England Hot Sauce Fest. I don't know, man. My schedule for the next month is pretty hectic, and then here's the problem. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. There's so many things on hold that have potential. If that breaks, then I'm just going to go, I'll be in Australia. So I don't know how long I'll be here, I really don't. Crazy Cat, the rush feels good. The great thing about it is the heat's not going to kill you, And once you've been there once, it's easier to do it again. Sean Mayfield, love what you do. Thank you. Appreciate it. I used to dread traveling through Houston. Oh, it's a nightmare. Yeah, Houston's bad. There used to be this. I live in Clear Lake. Was it Clear Lake? Yeah, Clear Lake, which is right outside, right near. What's the other? I'm forgetting the other town that I used to live next to. Right there, basically. I lived in Clear Lake, but worked in Galveston for a long time. Tommy and I had a charter boat service. I'm going to talk about that on the bus pass. Matter of fact, it won't be this week. It's coming up. December nights, guys. So good to see you. All those buses, they look so beautiful. Did you own a restaurant before you started making hot stuff, Bizzle? No, I've worked in a handful. Never owned one. Here's the problem with restaurants. It's just long hours, Even if you work there, but if you own one, it's even worse. I remember, said this the other day, I remember working restaurants and working doubles. And I mean, I'd get there and the owner would be there. I'd be there at the end of the night. The owner would be there. It's terrible. It's long hours. What is the great question, Travis W? Good to see you. What is the strangest spicy product I've ever had? I've had some hot sauce with ants, little creature, ants in them. I've had hot sauce with squid ink. It's kind of unusual. Now, I put hot sauce on a lot of strange things, but those are some of the more odd things that made that way. Absolute T. When I go to Australia, we'd be still making videos for Chase the Heat. Absolutely. Just starting a new chapter. With somebody much prettier than I sitting next to me. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. There's so many amazing places to shoot, too. It's not going to be like this. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be fun. David McCormick, what's a good company to buy the spoon and carry set I see in your videos? Boy, you want to hear something crazy? There's one left on my website, johnnyscoville.com. There's one left, and that's it. It's something we may bring back at a later time. We bought a bunch of them, and we said that when they're gone, they're gone. There's one left. So, johnnyscoville.com. Ironic that you asked today, because I had 2 this morning. And Mr. Wolf has one of them on the way to him. Barella, sorry you're late. Oh, hush. You're not late at all. Sip Chomper, good to see you. Dizzy drag along at the bus pass. Everybody maybe you want it. Here's the thing, you won't be disappointed. I've never done an aftermath. I think I've done one aftermath video that somebody filmed me. I was in Belgium. It's a pretty good one. It's a short, though. I guess the other ones are pretty short, too. But you're just seeing very unusual content. You won't be disappointed. Yankee Kyle, good to see you. You love the videos. I love you loving the videos. Thank you. I still haven't. Oh, I have to trim this now. I got to shoot next week. I got to trim this. I almost forgot. Zen Wan, gotta go soon. Gotta take the dog out and get dinner for both of us. Thank you for stopping by. I mean it. For real. Thank you. And have a wonderful evening. He had saw some grasshoppers and ants. Too much vinegar. Dizzy Dragon. The ant one I had was really, really good, actually. And it's funny, too, because when I got it, I took a picture and posted it online. I wasn't on Instagram then, so it was only on Facebook. But you could see so clearly an ant leg stuck to the inside of the jar of sauce. It was crazy. Gotta keep the Chase the Heat going, for sure. Nothing like your channel on YouTube. Here's the thing. There's 1,000 channels like mine on YouTube. But thank you for saying that. There's a ton of them. Do you want to hear something funny, you guys? True story. When I started the channel in 2016, that's when I started. Isn't that crazy to think about? Was it 2016? I'll tell you right now. The date I started the channel was, October 19th of 2016. When I started the channel, there might have been a dozen chili channels, spicy channels on YouTube. Old. There wasn't many people doing it. There just wasn't. There's probably a dozen, maybe 2 dozen Facebook groups. It was just small, This wasn't. It's been wonderful to watch it grow. It's a beautiful thing. That was kind of the purpose of doing this, is to have fun and share my passion. Bizzle, I don't mean to bug you, but I've been binging for a few months and got hooked. Do you sell a sauce around the last dab? Last time a little hotter. I hate the extract sauce. You know what? Crazy you ask. You ask if we sell one. We do. This is the hottest sauce we sell. It's Chase CTH4, Painfully Scorpion. And it is a monster because the percentage of pepper, there's a lot of mash in this. And I think the only pepper is scorpions. It is. No, there's actually Reaper mash in here too. It's a monster. It's very, very hot though. On a scale from 1 to it's gonna be hot. Jeff Coy, do you think I'll try roux, or is that too sort of taboo? I've already eaten roux. Are you kidding me? I ate kangaroo when I was there last time. I did. Kangaroo is a funny meat, man. Before you cook it, it's red. I mean red like the flag red behind me red. It's unbelievable, but it's super tasty. It's very, 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 very delicious. It's very lean. They say it's very good for you. The only people that eat kangaroo in Australia are tourists visiting Australia. That's what they say anyway. And Foster's beer. That's Foster's. That's they say that's Australia for beer. The commercial for Foster's beer. They don't drink Foster's over there. And if you go over there and order one, they're all gonna laugh at you. This is true. Mr. Wolf, that sauce is legit hot, but great on burgers and pizza. It's very good on pizza, that's for sure. No way, Yankee Kyle, Johnny, that's my birthday month, October 19th. Very cool. Eric, good to see you again. Eric 81872. Thank you for the video. I've been saying that for a long time. Dizzy Dragon. A lot of spicy channels from the era when you started. Usually made like 20 videos and they stopped posting. Yeah, there were very few active at the time. They really were. They were I can think offhand. I can really only think of 4 that were posting regularly. There were a bunch others, but they were never committed to it. So really, if you want to actually talk about the ones that were posting regularly, that list is even shorter than what I told you. But it's good that the channel, that the whole thing has grown. That's beautiful. You know what I mean? Nah, Jeff, if you get a chance to try kangaroo, do. It tastes really good. I also, what else I tried there? Emu. Kind of like that. It looks like you've seen the movie, right? It looks like an ostrich. Here's a weird thing. I was at this the guy's house who's a chef, and we had for dinner that night. We had a bunch of vegetables, and we had kangaroo and emu. And the crazy thing is, the emu looked like steak, and the kangaroo was like red and didn't. The emu was very dark. It didn't look like any other bird you've ever had, and it tasted incredible. It was very, very good. David McCormick just ordered the spoon. Man, it's it. You got it. It's your spoon. It's the last one. We might do them again, but I definitely don't see it anytime soon. And no Outback Steakhouse. Exactly, Christopher Allen. There's some funny things over Australia, man. I remember sitting. I was with Rob Dunn, great guy, and Dunny and I are sitting there at this outside cafe in Sydney. I don't remember where we were. Maybe in Sydney. But we're sitting there, and there's a flock of white birds, and they're squawking, making so much noise, and they're far enough away that I can't see what they are, you know. But I mean, I'm talking a flock, like hundreds of birds, a big flock of birds, but tightly flocked. They're not like they're pretty tight flock, and they fly. They land in a tree, a whole ton of them, in a couple different trees. They land there, and he goes, "It's the worst bird around here. They're noise pollution." You know what they were? They were cockatiels. Hundreds of them. In America, they're like a couple grand for one of those in a pet shop. And there's just like hundreds of them. And the reason everybody hates them is because of the noise they make. So I'm walking with Dunn. We're walking along this edge of this cliff. Really beautiful. It's incredible. It's almost like the Gilligan's Island and the Far Side Island. You guys are too young. Big cliff. And I look down and there's a blue-tongued skink. Right there. It's just like right there on the ground. It's like these are like exotic pets that you see in America. It's very cool. I gotta answer that question. Josh Adler, last meal on Earth. What are you having? Wow. You know what? I don't know. If I knew it was gonna be my last meal on Earth, here's the thing. If I knew it was gonna be my last meal, I'd be too stressed out to eat. I wouldn't want to eat it. I don't know. My last meal, something my mom would make for me. My mom makes a great pot roast. Something my mother would cook for me, probably. Christopher Allen almost has his hydroponic setup going. Chocolate Reaper. Nice. Mustard Naga setup for next winter. That's awesome. Conky Dong, good to see you, man. Any chance I'll have any smoked pepper sauce on our site? Ideally, smoked ghost. You know, can I tell you, we're working on a bunch of, right now, I've got like three things I'm working on, maybe even 4 things. A couple things I'm working on. And Foy's got a bunch of things that we're collectively working on. And he's helping me too. So we've got a whole lot of irons in the fire. But right now, development of a new sauce flavor, believe it or not, is not one of those things. So, got a lot of stuff we're working on though. I'm Crib Mom, 31. I don't know if it's inappropriate to ask here. No, it's not. You can curse at me. It's okay. But Roger and Pitbull were my favorite to watch. Why is Pitbull no longer with League of Fire? You know, he had, I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I don't want to answer for the guy. He's a good guy. He's a Pitbull, man. He's a savage. And I like him. So I don't want to answer for him. Because even if I did my best to explain it the way I think it would, I don't want to misrepresent him. But he's a solid guy, so I'm not quite sure. And he may come back, you never know. Dizzy Dragon, the least common meat I've had is deer. Deer's more common than cow in some places. It's true. Deer's great. Is there any food I would never eat? December Nice Guys. No, I mean, I've eaten the nastiest, weirdest stuff. In fact, every time the first couple of years of the channel, I went all around the world a couple times, and every time I went to a new country, I would seek out the nastiest, grossest thing that they have and eat it. So I'm pretty adventurous when it comes to food. I can't imagine coming across something where I'd say, I don't think I can eat that. Um, like what they call them, bull fries or lamb fries. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I had those. I had those in Colorado. I had sheep, bull, and lamb. You know the best tasted ones were the sheep. Let's see what we got here. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Do you think the life of Dennis Brace, do you think they'll ever have a pepper flavored soda? I'm sure it's going to happen. You know why? You just said it. Man, if you think about it, it's going to happen. I brush my teeth every morning and every night with ghost pepper infused toothpaste. So, yeah, I think it's going to happen. What's my favorite spicy chips? James Thompson Games, good to see you. My favorite chip is Haunted Ghost Pocky. It's the hottest mainstream chip there is, and they really do taste good. You know what else? They're very consistent. Good question, Canadian Crave Reviews. Whatever happened to your the heat neutralizer drink we were testing? We have two we're working on. Those are the irons in the fire we have. One of them, they're no fun to work on. They require me hurting myself a lot. You know what I mean? I'm the test dummy for this stuff. But one of them is we work on 2-for-1s. One absolutely neutralizes the heat in your mouth. And I think we got it, but the more important one is the one that eliminates capsaicin cramps. And, to me, that's probably the most important product. And it's one of the irons in the fire. And where we had it last, you have no idea how awful that is. Yankee, man, got his bus pass. Thank you. It's no fun to do this. We do this in the morning, so I'll purposely not eat anything. I usually don't eat in the morning anyway. I go to work and just right away eat something that I know is going to give me cramps. Wait until the cramps set in, just so I can eat something to try to make the cramps go away. It's brutal. The testing of that is brutal. But we are going to test it some more. We'll get it. I have heard from Jonathan, Spice Climber. He's doing better. He's mending. He's a great guy. Keep your prayers up for that guy. Jacob Deathridge, good to see you, man. Yeah, man, you made it early. Last night you rolled in. You watch. Here's what's going to happen. Since I'm only going Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll go for the full hour. But what's going to happen is 2 minutes before the hour's up, someone's going to join and say, hey, I'm sorry, I just got here. I'm going to feel horrible. We'll probably go 5 more minutes. You like the joke that we have a running joke on the bus. The second somebody shows up and says, man, I'm sorry, my first time here, I always say that we were just talking about you. It's hilarious. I love jokes that everybody's in on. Those are fun jokes. Jeff Coy, I've had soup number 5, Baloots, Stroming, Pupa. Yeah, boy, you got them all. Carl, don't forget that, the rotten tofu. Soup number 5, I forgot about that. Soup number 5. Can I tell you how I could live on soup number 5? What Jeff is referring to is a meal. It's at a restaurant in Manila. And it is, if you just didn't know what it was and you just ate it, you'd be asking for seconds. If you're weird about things, you won't eat it. If you're adventurous, you'll eat it and you'll love it. It's a soup. It looks just like beef stew. This is right here, drop up here. These hairs here are getting long and they curl up and they itch my nose and they drive me crazy. I'm going to trim this big time for this film shoot coming up. Anyhow, this soup number 5, is nothing but reproductive organs. Yeah. True story. Reproductive organs of animals. Chickens and cows and pigs and I mean ovaries and everything. But it tastes like beef stew and the flavor is just, it's so good. They told me what it was. Like, you want to have soup number 5? I'm like, sure. Like, let me tell you what it is. I'm like, I don't care what it is. They're like, let me tell you anyway. It was so delicious, honestly. Oh, man, absolute. Can't even say that out loud. How many think Johnny and Chili Mama should have a pepper baby of their own? If I were 5 years younger, I would. David McCormick, is there a professional hot sauce league or ranking or website? Please check out the League of Fire. Consider it sort of like the WWE of the chili world. There's several different categories, from tubes of terror and hot sauce chugs and gummy bears and you name it. There's just so many different candy bars and just tons of different categories with world rankings. And how you can get in there is just check it out. You yourself, if you're a chili head, you too can compete with the world's greatest. Yankee, thanks. Very long time lurker. Happened to catch a live stream. Boy, and it's about time. We've been talking about you, Yankee. I'm glad you got a live stream. You're going to like the content on that bus pass and the stuff coming up. Because right now I'm telling the story about, and high school is pretty mild. I'm just getting to college where I go off the rails. I leave the main road and log a lot of miles in the bushes, and it was not pleasant. But at least it'll maybe make you understand why I am the way I am, you know. Anyway. Bobby, good night. Eric, say good night. Bobby, appreciate you stopping by. Tom Broom, good to see you, brother. Love you, man. David McCormick, which country has the best overall spicy food experience? Probably the Philippines. But here's why. It isn't just because of the food. Because everywhere else you go, if you go to Australia, it's so not America in the Philippines. You know what I mean? Australia is the Philippines visually and the people and everything. It's the experience isn't just the food. Everywhere you look, everything you smell, everything you hear, it's so not America that is just so much more memorable because of all. It's a five senses attack. So I would probably say that the Philippines is. But that's just because of the visual of the whole giant experience. It's all encompassing, you know. Trial by fire. Having a great day. I hope you are. You guys, Tom Broom is the maker of my favorite tincture. If you haven't got any tincture from it, you really need to. It's a labor of love. The guy takes it really seriously. It makes really, really great. You know, I mean, if you see like whiskey, like whiskey, but if you see whiskey that's been aged a long time, you know, or a single malt scotch that's been aged a long time, it's always more mellow and it tastes better supposedly, and it costs a lot more. Tom is not really any more expensive than any other tincture, but what he does is he starts with the same base, and he'll have some that every single day he shakes it and stirs it. It's you know, you can't just sit it down and come back in a year, but he's got some that are 2 years aged, and it's just. The remarkable part is it all starts from the same source, the same original batch, yet each whether it's aged 6 months, 12 months, 9 months, whatever, the taste is so different. It's remarkable, actually. Brad H., we love and respect you here in the UK. What a fantastic outlaw life you have. Plus, how the heck do you eat the real hot ones? Keep talking so rationally. It's fantastic. Hi, Brad. I don't know, man. That's my superpower. I can chop my hand off and describe very accurately and calmly what it feels like. It sounds bizarre, but love the UK. I've had so much fun in the UK, too. God, I love that place. Absolute T, you're a great dad, from what I can tell. Wish I was a better dad. From how you talk about your kids, I bet Tommy is, too. But means you had a great dad to teach you. Yeah, my dad was, man, the sad part is my dad, it's just big shoes to fill. My dad was just amazing, you know, and I want to be a better dad. You know, here's the thing. I don't know anybody who's ever satisfied at any job they're doing. Does everybody want to be better at it? You know, my kids. But I'm very proud of all of them. I got great children. What happens with your heart rate after eating a top 1 and 3 in the Scoville scale? Mikatow. Thank you for joining us. That's a great question. If you go on to Chase the Heat and you go to the search bar, all right, and you type in Nemesis, I did a challenge where I ate the Nemesis pepper. You were getting ready to have your new favorite. Oh, Tom, are you serious? Man, I love Tom Broom. That could be exciting. It is exciting. Um, but the Nemesis Candy Bar Challenge, I hooked myself up to a blood pressure monitor, to check my blood pressure. And that checked my heart rate and my blood pressure. Those are physiological changes you can't fake. It is what it is. And it was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So my heart rate went way up. So did my blood pressure. And it was pretty cool. You know what just hit me, though? Something amazing just hit me. I've never, ever done that with the purpose of looking for what happens when the endorphin hits. And also the aftermath, what happens after the challenge. Because my guess is when the endorphin dump hits really hard, my blood pressure would drop significantly. I'm not sure. Tom Broom, you're getting ready to have your new favorite. A new favorite or my favorite? I don't know if I could have a new favorite. My current favorite pepper is Killer Yellow, which is, oh my God, is it a great pepper? It's amazing. It's a yellow Primatalia that Tom Broom created. First one. It's amazing. Christopher Allen, when you went to the Philippines and you didn't come back married, how did you get away? Because what was supposed to happen ended up happening. Good question, though. Summer Night says, what's your favorite animal or pets that you've had? My favorite pet that I ever had was a cat named Linda. Doesn't make any sense. I was a kid. My dad had a secretary, and her name was Linda. And every day, my mom, same time of day, my mom she said, I'm going to call your dad. You want to talk to your dad? And I was a little boy, My dad was just a rock star. I love my dad. It was a big deal. Anytime I could talk to my dad, he was always my hero. So she would call, and Linda would answer the phone. And my mom would always let me talk to Linda. Before she put me through, I would talk to Linda for a few minutes. And Linda would flirt with me, and I just had a crush on this girl, Linda. So when I was like, I think I was 3 or 4 when I got a cat. I decided I wanted to name it Linda. But this cat lived to be 21 years old. In fact, at my mom's house, there's a photo album of just for the cat. There's a photo album of everybody in the house and then family group pictures, but there's just a million pictures. There's one devoted just to the cat, and there's a picture of me sitting on the front step of the cat. We're eating a ice cream pop together. She's eating it with me. And I was this big. There's a picture of me in grade school and high school, junior prom holding the cat, before a football game, when I went to college, all throughout life. It was a great animal. Jeff Coyle, when Tom finishes up his new batch, he'll have to test out the endorphin dump heart rate thing. I think I will. Dave McCormick, or DeConic, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Estimate how many different bottles of hot sauce you've tried in your time. Huh. Wow. A lot. I don't know. Hold on one sec. Let me just check real quick the playlist to see how many I have in the hot sauce playlist, because that'll give me a bit of a start. I'll just add a chunk to it of stuff that I never. Here's the playlist. Hot sauce. Okay, on the channel. Oops. Okay, on the channel in the playlist, there are 793 different hot sauce reviews. I'm sure there's a few of those I've done twice because they were favorites or whatever, but hundreds, 600-700 on the channel. I would probably say I've tried maybe an additional 100, maybe 200 that I never got on video. So over 1,000, I'm sure, or close to 1,000. Yankee, you could do what some horror game live streamers do and have a live on-screen display of your heart rate. That would be cool as can be, wouldn't it? That would be fun. Yeah, but you know what? That takes technology, and I am technologically, challenged, as we can say. It's the truth. Cats are my favorite too. December night skies. I am a cat guy. I love all animals. Don't get me wrong. I've had dogs. I've snakes. You name it. I've had birds. I've had it all. But cats to me, I understand cats, and cats understand me. Thank you, Absolute T. Appreciate that. Can we tour Tom Broom's plantation, Charles McClellan? Boy, you know what? Tom needs it. Here's the thing. I think he would have a challenge getting a good signal in the back. But Tom, Tom's got just an amazing place. The location is amazing. He's got this amazing garden. And he's got some guys have a man cave. You guys have all heard that, the man cave, where they make this place that's uniquely theirs. And it's got, big screen TV, speakers, whatever. Tom's got a man forest. He's behind his place. He's got this section of land, big trees, but the floor is, it's just incredible. And it's one of the coolest places in the world. Serene and beautiful. I love Tom's place. Plus, when I'm there, I'm with Tom, and Tom is just such a great guy. He's so much fun to hang out with, What are my top three? Do you mean top three sauces? I'm not sure what you mean. 1,000 going strong. Something like that, yeah. Ethan, E-Dog Wenger, good to see you. You know what? I had someone tell me that I should save every bottle of sauce that I ever empty, but that, would have gotten out of hand. Imagine what do I do with 1,000 empty bottles of sauce. Seb, good to see you. Imagine if we could crossbreed mushrooms with peppers. Capsaicin producing mushrooms would be wild. I think that would be kind of like breeding an elephant with a field mouse. I don't know if it would work like that. Different animals, different creatures, but you never know. Disney's Dragon, my favorite season of Chase the Heat is 3. It's not that I don't like the other ones, but 3 was super nostalgic for me because that's when I regained my liking for growing peppers. Thank you, Disney Dragon. I've never thought about that before. It's getting kind of crazy, because we're in season 7 now. I think we are. Because, we turned 7 this October. But, the day we started the channel, we weren't 1 yet, but we were already in season 1. So the day we turned 1 year old, we were in season 2. So the minute we turned 7, we're rolling into season 8. Can you imagine that? Season 8. How long do you guys think I can do this? You know what I said I was going to do? I said I would do it until it wasn't fun anymore. Chad Matthews, that's a really, really heavy question. Do I prefer sauces or pods? I prefer pods all day, any day. They said you could eat unlimited amount of any pods you ever wanted or any sauce you could have, but one or the other, it would take no thought at all. I wouldn't even hesitate, and I wouldn't feel bad about it. Top 3 sauce or standout sauces. You got it, Matthew. Let me see here. Boy, okay. I'm going to go with... Give me just a second. I was going to say Exoresco, which is so good. I was also going to throw out Premonition, which is so good. Swampadelic is so good. My God, Evil Bastard from Hellfire Hot Sauce is so good. There's a handful of really great ones. Listen to this from Tom Broom. If Charles comes to Central Florida, he can certainly get the 3-hour tour. My place is by appointment for anyone who wants to buy something. You'll go there, you'll buy something. Wow, can I tell you what? What an opportunity. Do that. Go do that. You'll thank me. Oh. We know you're a kid, Seb. And we're glad you're here, man. I remember seeing you in a live stream before. I'm usually pretty good with names. Glad you're here. Luke Swell, anything hot that you don't like, or a pepper strain you mentioned, how floral notes taste better to you now? I've grown to a point where I appreciate them more. Pods I don't like. Boy, you know what? Nah, even if it's a pod that's distasteful, I just ate a pepper, so it sounds like I'm a terrible pepperaholic or something, but you know, I mean, now that I've gotten to a place where I kind of appreciate floral, there's, you know, I like them all. David, my hobbies are now sports podcasts, walking a lot of miles, and learning legit hot sauces. Cool. It's a good hobby. You know, peppers and the whole hot sauce, the spice is a great hobby because it brings people together. You try things, it's great reaction. And saw something today, and I took a screenshot because I'm so glad I remembered. I want to read something to you. Oh, don't tell me I didn't take a screenshot of it. Are you kidding me? I thought I did. Okay, hang on a minute. Is it there? It is. Okay, you guys ready? This is important. I want to give credit to the person who said it. My friend Ragnarsson said this. This is a tip for anxiety. Anybody here suffer from anxiety? Carry a tiny bottle of hot sauce or a tincture with you, okay? And when you feel you start feeling anxious, put a drop on your tongue. The pain it causes isn't very severe, but it switches your mental focus away from anxiety to pain and sort of resets to normal mental functioning. The bottom line is this. Another way to look at it is your brain can't, even people that have ADHD will say, well, I do several things at once. No, you don't. Sorry. Your brain can only do one thing at one time. You may start something and then change channels like I do all the time and not finish it, but you can only do one thing at a time. So if you're stressed out about something, or you're thinking about something, if you have trouble drinking, you're thinking about it, you want to drink, take some tincture. And all of a sudden you're thinking in a different direction. You aren't thinking about stress or anxiety if you're thinking about that burn going on in your mouth. I think it's spectacular. I think there's something to that. I think that may be something, I think there's a correlation between sobriety and capsaicin. I've been saying that for years now. Charles, you'll really enjoy that. Tom is just a wonderful guy. A tour at Tom's place, you gotta be kidding me. Make sure you take a lot of pictures. For real. You will. I'd rather go to Tom's place in Florida than Disneyland in Florida. I'm not even fooling you. No lines. Oh my God, it's the stuff you'll see. Listen, I've been at Tom's place a bunch of times. I've seen plants that he has that are extinct. You guys understand that? Everywhere else, they're extinct. He's got them in his, it's just amazing to me. Very, very cool. Brad H., do you realize because of your great videos, you got so many people interested in Chile, especially the hot ones? You are very well appreciated in the UK for sure. Thank you, Brad H. I'm just a cog in the wheel, man. Beautiful wheel, but I'm just a cog in it. But thank you for saying that. I appreciate the kind words, man. I know, Mr. Wolf, I like the 3-hour tour in quotes too. I had that Gilligan the second. I swear to you, me too. I bet you everybody in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you thought of Gilligan's Island when you saw the 3-hour tour. That's necessary. Toss a 1 in the chat if you did that, because I'm telling you, I bet you most people on the bus, anybody over 40 years old, 45 years old was thinking that. That's great. I'm sure, Tom, you were thinking that when you typed it in. I love that. It's beautiful. Yeah, Dizzy Dragon. The car Marugo, listen, I was going to bring that up. I was actually going to bring that up, but I didn't. That was in a video called Surviving 10 Rounds of the Hottest Peppers in the World from Leo McGinnis. And It was a caramel maruga. It's one of the funniest videos because I'm not joking now. You can go look at it. If you go find that video, I start to gag and I start to, like, I'm going to throw up, and I'm not trying to be gross or anything, but you can look at all the ones. I love it. You can hear the whatever is in my stomach, you can hear it gurgling, and you can hear me stop it right there. You can hear it almost, you can, like, if you close your eyes, you can hear it. I came so close to throwing up. So for a long time, that was the worst pepper I'd ever had. But the problem is, I've gotten to a place now where floral and bitter I really like. So now I look back on that pepper, I'm thinking, well, it was gross then. I'd do anything to eat it now. It's weird. Loopswell, a very interesting point about taking your mind off things when the intensity of heat. Never thought about that way. I didn't come up with that. You know, honestly, I wish I could say it was mine. Ragnar did. It's a great day when Johnny gets to eat a pot. Thanks, Charles. Yeah, you know what? I'm all about eating peppers. Cancer Star, good to see you. How cool is that? Thanks for joining us. Tom is a business to buy hot products. Tom's got, he is one of the great pepper growers that I know. One of my favorite pepper growers. Really respected in the industry. But he doesn't sell peppers. But what he does sell, he sells pepper seeds and tincture, like this. But what he also is as well known as he is in the chili world for peppers, he won't blow his own horn, but I'll blow his horn. No, that doesn't sound good. He won't blow his horn, but I'll brag about him anyway. Here's Tom. Tom is one of the most knowledgeable people on the globe, recognized around the world in cycads. So those are the oldest plants on the globe, anywhere, and he is the foremost authority. So that's what you're going to get when you go there. You're going to see, it's like going to his house is like Jurassic Park. I kid you not. Randy Keaton, I love you, dude. Another amazing grower. Randy Keaton, brother. Good to see you, man. Ernest, hi, Johnny. A silly question. Let me read it first. See him. That's why I read it first. I'll answer the question anyway. Hi, Johnny. Bit of a silly question, but how do you handle the heat on the exit down below? I love the heat myself, but my guts thoroughly disagree. Here's the deal. It's a tolerance. It's a tolerance. And just like your mouth has a tolerance, your stomach processing it has a tolerance, and how you exit, I always have a hard time even, I got to figure out a good word for it. When you're doing some paperwork, how much discomfort you have there. And the higher your tolerance gets, it just takes time. Your tolerance in your mouth builds really quickly. The tolerance in your stomach builds slower. And the tolerance to pass it takes even more time to build. But it'll get to a point where it doesn't bother you at all. It's not a silly question. Yes, we compare the tour to that. But in reality, that's how long it takes. A couple of guys came this morning and looked at my phone when they left. They were here for 3 hours and 5 minutes. You know what, though? You will blink. It'll be like over. It's so much fun. Honest to God, it's so much fun. You're going to see so many, you'll see plants that, like, here's the thing. I'm not a botanist. And you don't need to know anything about plants, but you can walk through his back and go, holy crap, that's old. Look at that. What is that? Just stuff you just don't see around you. It looks like Jurassic Park. It looks like Spielberg got to hop out from behind a bush with like a dragon puppet or something. It's really just incredible. Tom James. Uh-oh. The last challenge I did was the Death Nut 3.0 almost 2 years ago. I made it through, but woke up throughout the night with the most intense cramps that lasted like 8 hours. I'm not laughing, dude. I promise you I'm laughing with you. You know, we've all been there. There's not a single one of us who hasn't. My eyes are itching and bugging me like I'm getting a reaction from something. Not burning, just itching like you know, sometimes if you have touch a cat and you touch your eyes itch. That's what it feels like right now. It happens, Tom. You know, you get those cramps in the middle of the night. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I've had it happen to me 1,000 times, man. If you knew how many hours and hours and hours of calf cramps I've had in this 4,340 videos I've made, you wouldn't believe it. I can feel your pain. Spicy E-Dog. Johnny, can you review spicy chocolate on the channel? I have reviewed tons of spicy chocolate on the channel. And I actually believe that in the playlist, It might be listed under spicy chocolate. If not, if you search chocolate, you will find it. Here's the problem with chocolate. I've had a couple chocolate, bars with my name on it, with collabs I've done. I don't like it. I like chocolate, but if it was chocolate challenge, like 1 square for heat, that's one thing. But half a pound of chocolate, that's just so much. I'm not worried about the heat. The heat is never my problem. That is just so much chocolate to eat at once. It makes it really tough. So I don't like doing chocolate challenges. I've done all of them, but I just don't really like it that much. It doesn't mean I won't ever do another one. If another great challenge comes out, happens to be chocolate, I have to do it. That's what I do. I have an unopened tube of terror that I'm afraid to do, Tom James. Just be careful. Bent Genetics. Good to see you. Got a rush from that pain too. That's happened to me a few times too, Crazy Cat. I have a couple funny stories about that. Can't share them here. You know what? Absolutely, I'll share that on the bus pass. Jeremy Bell. Man, you're late. What did I say, you guys? What did I say? This is the case where I really did say it. Jeremy, I'm glad you're here. Here's what I'm joking about. Don't be upset. I'm glad you're here. Every night last week, I did a live stream every night last week. Same time. Every night. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'm just going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But every night, 5 minutes before the show ends, somebody will pop in and go, hey, I just got here. Sorry I'm late. And I feel guilty because I don't want to turn it off or after because everybody's my friend. You're all friends of mine here. So I don't want to, hey, I know you just got here. Thanks for seeing you. Bye, guys. I don't want to do that. So we go another 5 or 10 minutes. So since you've arrived, we are now going to go an extra 5 or 10 minutes because I don't want to turn my back on Randy and Jeremy. Jeremy Bell is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for a lot of years. Been there since the first video. Watch you go through a lot of pain, man. Yeah, you have. Yeah, man, Randy has burned me some, a lot. Randy, do you remember that pepper you grew that looked like, it had all the things coming off it? It looked like I've never seen a pepper like that before in my life. Do you remember that? Craziest thing I ever saw. It had things growing off it. It's crazy. Trees grow older than man because they're rooted in the earth. Oops, well, that's an interesting thing to think about. Jared Spots, good to see you. How's the health been? I'm healthier than a horse, thank God. Appreciate that. You know what? Thank God for your health. When you don't have that, very happy with my health. Rogers Bites, that's a great challenge. That's a great challenge. I like that challenge a lot. Jeff Coy, I agree with you. Rob Brown, the peanut challenges, do that to me. It's not the heat, it's the mouth glued shut with peanut butter. Oh, I've done a bunch of challenges. You know what? Can I tell you, that's a significant aspect of a lot of challenges. Whether it's a gummy bear. I mean, I did a king gummy bear that had an ounce of tincture in it. It was a gummy bear this big. They called it king gummy bear. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one. But there was an ounce and a half, maybe. There was an absurd amount of tincture in that. And just it was the chewing that I felt like it was chewing on a dog toy, dog toy. It's just tough. December Nice Guys, a tube of terror cramped me for 4 hours, maybe a little longer. You know what? Foy and I were sitting around talking about that the other day. I was like, think of how many people we burned. And I don't, look. I don't want anybody get hurt by it, but I just said, I said to him, thank God none of these people ever turned on you because, forget me. Look, my face is on the tube of terror. That's our deal, me and him and the tube of terror. But if you look at all the stuff that Blazing Food has made that doesn't have my face on it, that dude has put a hurting on so many people. You know how many lost nights of sleep and how many meals have been chucked and how many hours and hours of calf cramps have been caused by those products? God bless them. They're beautiful, though. That's why people do it, Here's the thing. This is the truth. I've been doing this for a minute. I've been going to all these events, and we have all these hot things. You know how many times, like, when we go to an event, it's never a one-day event. It's always at least 2, maybe 3 days. So we burn people up. The next day, people come back and go, oh, my God, I can't believe it. I've never had somebody mad. They joke like they're mad, but everybody's glad for the experience. They're glad they went through it. Even though it hurt, they all look back and laugh, and it's a memory you'll carry forever. So I'm not sad about that. Brad H., I have to ask you, how long have you been into chili, especially the hot one years, because your heat tolerance is incredible. So much respect to you. Thank you, Brad H. First peppers I ate a pepperoncini when I was about, I don't know the exact year, I'm guessing 6 or 7, maybe 8, 6 to 8, somewhere in that range. You know, that's what started it. And I just knew that, you know, let me know that day that food doesn't need to be boring. Food, there can be something exciting happening while you're eating. It never stopped, and then it just got more severe and more severe. So. The Medusa strain, that's right, the Medusa strain, bro. It was a Congo brown cross with a Moruga. Do you remember that? Oh, there's a picture. If you guys want to go to my Instagram, there's a picture of that. Scroll way, way down. It's called the Medusa strain because it looks like Medusa with all these things coming off it. I'm not kidding you. One of the biggest struggles I had with that pepper was how to cut that thing. I was like, I didn't even know how to cut it because it was just, that was one of the most unique peppers I've ever eaten in my life. A memorable, I'll never forget it. I've eaten thousands of them, you know. Florian, so good to see you. Hey, mate, we got a Buchalokia sauce here from Melinda's. That's hot stuff for our state taste. Somewhere I read it's around 300 SHU. Somewhere else it says around 1 million. What do I think? It's not 1 million, and it's probably not 300,000. And I'm not knocking the sauce. It's a great sauce. People don't realize how hot, like, I don't want to pick on this one sauce that everybody knows about because it's going to seem like I'm picking on them. I'm trying to think. You have to understand all those sauces are blown up. All of them are overrated. Here, good example. This is the hottest sauce we make. CTH4, Painfully Scorpion. I'll bet you this isn't more than 200,000 Scoville. Maybe even 180,000. But this will light you up and you won't be able to talk. We're honest about it. Challenge you. Anybody who's had this? There are people in the chat who's had this. I know you've had it, Jeremy. Painfully Scorpion. It's the hottest sauce we make. I guarantee you it's not 200,000. If it is, it's right at 200. All right? But I guarantee you this is hotter than most of the stuff that will tell you it's 1 million. They aren't really honest with what they tell you. You bet, Florian, for sure. Do I like the numbing taste of Szechuan peppercorn? Love it, Jared. Absolutely. I love Szechuan peppercorns. What a cool bonus little feeling going on, you know? We need to go to an event together again. We do, man. The first event, was it the first event? The first event was in Ohio. It was the second event I ever went to was with Randy Keaton. It was amazing. We had such an amazing time. Spent great time with his family. It was unforgettable. It was good. We definitely need to do that again, man. Ed Curry has a twin Ed Curry, but Ed Curry's been doing longer, but it's funny, 2 people with the same name, famous for the same thing. I didn't know that. Yet there's only one Johnny Scoville. Still have 2 pouches of it. It's hot, but seriously, but honestly, this is as hot as, way hotter than most sauces on the market. And I'm just telling you the truth. Other sauces will tell you this is 1 million. It's not even close, not even in the ballpark. Dizzy Dragon, email me. Chase the heat. Oh, you said you couldn't email. That's right. Not going to say it on there. Invite trouble. I don't need to do that. Oh, you're going to like them. They're very good. December Night Skies. Joel Lawson. Good to see you again, man. I won't drop no F-bombs. Right, Jeremy. I was going to talk about that. I'll tell that story on the bus pass. That's a bus pass story. I'm definitely going to tell that story. In fact, oh, I can't wait. Do you mind? Do you mind, Jeremy, if I tell that story? I won't get into all the details, but it's such a funny story, man. If you tell me no, I won't. I promise you. I respect you too much, but that was funny. Look at this. Tom said the very first last stab was tested at less than 300,000, even though it was 60% pepper. Pepper X. Think about that. You guys understand what he just said? You got a bottle of sauce. Assuming this is a regular bottle of sauce, 60% of it, about that much, is Pepper X, but it was only rated at 300,000. Interesting. Just saying. So I do I or do I not? Is there a difference in the store-bought peppers like habaneros compared to professional growers? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anything that you're going to get from a professional grower or even a backyard grower, it's going to be so much better tasting than anything you get in a store. It just is. Florian, you had the bomb already. What was your opinion? I've seen it on Hot One. How We Feast. Boy, I love when people ask about that. You ready for the bomb? It's horrible, and they should be paying First We Feast handsomely, because if it weren't for First We Feast, they wouldn't be selling any of that sauce. Nobody would know what that sauce is if it weren't for First We Feast. Sorry. Just in time for a great story. Rick Henry, good to see you. Ever been to Florida, Johnny? I have, Seb. But now there's several times. I was at the I Like It Hot Festival with Tom Broom many years ago. It was wonderful. I didn't know that, Christopher Allen. That's cool. Loopswell, an Italian household. We grew up eating a brand called Aurora Hot Garden Mix oil, small jars. I'd recommend trying them with your spaghetti flavoring. You know what I like in my spaghetti? It's one of my favorite things to put in spaghetti sauce. A tablespoon of Vegemite. And there are people that don't like Vegemite. They're going to say I'm gross, but there's going to be an Aussie in the chat who's going to go, yes, mate. You just take a tablespoon of Vegemite and you stir it into the sauce and mix it in. It gives it savory, amazing flavor. Oh, so good. Keith Lego, I'm late, but I'm here. Hello, boss. It's 10:03. You are late. We're going to go till 10 after in honor of Jeremy and Keith. We don't want to just turn it off, but funny, it happens every night. You can set your clock to it. Tomorrow it'll happen. Well, it won't happen tomorrow because I'm not going live tomorrow. Remember, guys, we'll go live again on Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the week. Not every night anymore. Yeah, Tom says the majority of habaneros or dial peppers, for that matter, are picked green so they will last longer. Vegemite on broth is so good. Vegemite is just amazing. I love Vegemite. You know, I went on a kick for a while. It was funny. I got Vegemite. Then the people in the UK were like, man, you got to have Marmite, man. So I got Marmite. They're battling it out. And then the people in Australia or in New Zealand were like, we got Promite. You got to try our Promite. So I've had Marmite, Promite, Vegemite. And you can tell they're all the same thing, but they're different. They are. What I love about I really like Vegemite a lot. I like Marmite, but I don't like the texture of it. It's way stringy. I just don't like that much. Promite was good too, but I really like Vegemite. And you can sometimes, even if you don't have coffee or something, or you just feel like having some Vegemite, a teaspoon of Vegemite in boiling water, like you would coffee or something, and with just water, and drink that. Tastes delicious. I know you think I'm crazy, but yeah, Dizzy Dragon. That's a good way to describe it. It's basically a very strong, salty bouillon. Yeah, kind of. I really like it. I eat a lot of it, to be honest about it. Jimmy Pickles. Good to see you. Wow, he digs the bomb evolution. See, here's the thing. I can't bring myself to try anything else from that company. I don't know. It's a novelty sauce. That's how I see it. Try it, Jeremy. It's very good. Jared Spots. I remember the fish you ate with your brother. Yeah, Sir Stroming. That was As vile as it gets. Ugh. But funny. You know, I had done it several times before, so I knew what it was going to be like. So it made the whole experience 10 times funnier because uh, I enjoyed that way too much. I really did. That was fun. Um, wow. December Nice Guys has found fresh Carolina Reaper and ghost peppers in grocery stores, but they had barely any heat. Yeah, the hottest thing I've ever found in grocery stores in the United States has been, believe it or not, just habanero. But in the UK, I've seen scorpions. In was it Tedesco or Tesco? Tedesco. So it's getting around. Yeah, Brian H. I like Brian Ames. He's a friend of mine. Yeah, I saw the Hell Tart. I'm gonna do that for sure. Um, I'll do it. I promise you. Um, Charles is getting ready to plant a bunch of Jimmy seeds. All right, guys, we're going to go for another couple more minutes. Does anybody have any final questions you want to ask? Here we go. Just think about what peppers taste like when picked green, then when picked just becoming ripe. Think about what these February pod. You know, it's funny you say that, Tom. I was thinking the same thing because if you get a pod, here, let me tell you what this whole thought has made me think, Tom. I think there is a big difference if you get a pod that was plucked green, that you let ripe off because like we talked about grocery store pods, or a pod that you let ripen on the vine till it's ripe, and eat the two. I guarantee the one that was ripening off the vine is going to taste better than the one you plucked and allowed to ripen in a bag or on a shelf. I really think there's a difference. Also, what Tom's referring to is that these February pods he's growing, for some reason, you know, normally if you have a pod, like when you see the pod begin to grow in the summertime, real quick, you're going to be, that pod's ready to ship or eat or whatever. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. That thing moves, you know what I mean? But in February pods, winter pods, they grow a lot slower. It's colder, they grow slower. So because I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but because they take a little bit longer to grow and to get ripened, like what was the Dragon's Breath challenge I did just a few days ago? I ate 10 of them. You don't know how, like sweet Dragon's Breath, you don't usually get that too often. They just taste better, I think. Uh-oh. Randy Keaton had a few boxes of towards the end of July. Can't wait to get them to me. Listen, if I'm here, I can't wait either. I might not be here. I might be in Australia. We'll see, though. I'll let you know. I promise you, bro. Thank you for staying longer, brother. Great to see you, everyone. Good night. All right, Jeremy. Thanks for popping in, bro. Okay, we're going to stay just a little bit longer. Cyber Red is, what is your favorite flavor in a fresh pepper? Habanero, Scorpion, Carolina Reaper, all of them, and natural, not chocolate or any other flavor. Or you want me to select just from those that you suggested? Of all those, I probably like the Scorpion flavor. No, I like the Habanero overall the best. Of the two super hots, I'd prefer a Scorpion over a Reaper. And I go back and forth with chocolate or red. I can go either way. But my favorite pepper, though, that you didn't mention, I just picked from what you selected. But my favorite pepper is a Killer Yellow, which is a yellow Primatale grown by Tom Broom. That's my favorite pepper. It's so good. Oh, man. Brad H., hope you and your family have a great day. Been good listening to you. Take care, my man. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. You, the UK, my love. World T, what's up, man? I want to know what the stupidest thing you ever did in your life. Give me a minute. I'm thinking of it. I've done so many stupid things. It's going to take just a second. The dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I won't pick a sad thing because you don't want to hear something sad. I'm trying to think of some dumb thing. Boy, you know, I was 17. My dad had just purchased a car for me. It was an old car, new to me. And I was excited. And it was being repaired. It was a little minor thing that needed fixing before I could take it over. I had the keys. I was being dropped off. And he said to me, go straight home. Don't joyride. The dumbest thing I ever did was I joyrided on the way home and almost killed myself. I was one of that ranks right up there. Then I was walking in front of the college. I was at university. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what college I was at. I was enrolled in a university. I was walking by the library one day, and there was this girl there, red dress on, blonde hair. And I stopped and said, "Hi, how are you?" That was an error. I would have kept walking had I known. There's just a couple. Just being honest. Joe Lawson, the dumbest thing I ever did was eat a quarter of a pan of special brownies. Yeah, you slept it off. You slept like a rock star. You woke up, felt like Rip Van Winkle. You're good. I know what you mean, though. Okay, I will want to buy a box later for sure. Pick up all the ghosts for variety. Michael said something. What did Michael say that I may have missed? Started 150 seeds yesterday. Let's go, amigos. Seeds from Jimmy Pickles. Yes, sir-ree. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Any last questions? It always starts with a girl, Boom Hour. Oh, I remember that. It was, you know. Of course, royalty. It's scary when you think about looking back at those experiences. You know, what's scary is it's not scary. It's just I'm astonished. I marvel at the fact that I'm still alive. Like, I'm not kidding. Can I play something? Oh, the amp's not turned on. If it was, I would do it, but it's all the way over there. All right, Bert Moran, have a good night, man. Good to see you. All the guys all of you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. All the guys with the bus pass, thank you so much for getting your bus pass. Got a very, very cool chapter coming up Friday on the continuing saga of why I am this way. So get ready for the next installment. I love all of you. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me. I will not be here live tomorrow night. We will do a late night snack time, the normal late night snack time, but I will be back on Wednesday for another live feed. So we'll see you guys Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat.